Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are making peach cobbler. I'm gonna try a new recipe from a cookbook I purchased at an antique store. It's a church cookbook here down home in Pigeon Forge, I should say. I wish I was there right now. First thing we're gonna do is throw a stick of butter in there and let that get going. Let that melt up just a little bit there. And we'll start putting all the other ingredients in it. All right, and then the other part is we're gonna take our baking dish and we're gonna melt a half a stick of butter in the oven. So I'm gonna stick that in the oven real quick. The oven is preheated to 350. Get that in there. Alrighty, and the next thing we're gonna do, we are going to add half a cup of brown sugar. And then we're gonna add a half a cup of sugar. And we are going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Let me double check this. Yep, I made it 3 teaspoons of vanilla. You know, I like to add a little extra vanilla all the time. So we're gonna stir this up real good. I've never made this recipe before, so we're gonna make it for my best friend's Poppy's birthday is tomorrow. I'm gonna take it over tonight. And we are going to celebrate his party tonight. I guess he has plans for his actual birthday. That's why the white baking dish, if you notice, that baking dish is white. I do not own any white ones. All mine are red. Most of them are red, and a few of them are orange, or the cerise, or the flame, whichever way you want to look at it. All right, now that's melting real good. We are going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. You know this recipe should be good. For one, it's a church lady recipe out of Pigeon Forge. So you know those church ladies, they know their cobblers and they know their casseroles. So you stir this cinnamon in there. Oh, you can smell that cinnamon already. It smells so good. You're gonna let that sugar melt just a little bit. All right, it's cooking down just a little bit. This is itching today. Must be company's coming. I'm going to somebody else's house. Maybe that's what it's telling me. I'm going to be company at somebody else's house tonight. Let's get this going here just a little bit more. How y'all doing today? How's the weather where you are? It is 89 here today. These poor folks here in the upper north, they are not used to that weather. They're used to no humidity and temperatures around 75, so today it's 89, and it is very high humidity out there. I was out there earlier, and the poor birds were looking for water to get into, let me tell you. All right, we've got that mixed up, and we are going to add 4 cans of peaches. I did drain the juice as the recipe calls for, so we're going to put that in there, and we're going to mix them up real good. Put that out of the way. Smells good. It's looking really good. I'm not much on peaches myself. Arturo's Poppy has visited Georgia and Florida many a times, and he says every time he goes down in there, he likes to get peach cobbler. I have seen that man a couple times in the last week, and I believe every conversation he has brought up peaches and peach cobbler. So we are going to make him a peach cobbler for his birthday. Let that heat up just a little bit more right there. We got the other one in the oven heating. It should melt that butter. And then once this is heated up really good, we're going to make the topping, which is going to be cobbler. This cobbler is calling for it to be the bottom. So we're going to flop them around. Let me get this heated up. All right, y'all, we got the peaches and all the goodies in this thing all mixed up and warmed up and blended really good. Now we are gonna start on the cobbler, or the top part of it, which is actually, it's a little different how we're doing this one. This is not the recipe I normally make. Mine's more of a biscuit recipe. This one's a little more, I guess, of a traditional cobbler. So we got a 2.5 cups of self-rising flour in here. To that, we're going to add a cup of sugar. We are going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. I think we'll add 2 teaspoons. I think I'll just jazz it up a little bit more. I love cinnamon, so we're gonna add that in there. And then we are going to add us a cup of vitamin D milk, whole milk, whichever you wanna call it. And then we are gonna add, the recipe calls for a teaspoon, but I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. If you know me, you know I'm gonna add a little extra vanilla. I love my vanilla. All right, let's get this all mixed up real good together. Smells good. Those peaches really smell good. All right, let's get this done here. What are y'all making for dessert? Got anything good you're making? You have a good recipe you want to share, send it to me. You can either send it to me on my public page with my name on it, or you can send it over to the Blue Spoon Southern Recipes. This is my recipe page. I have probably 8,000 recipes over there. It's kind of an online cookbook. It's a fun little place. If you have never been over there, go over there and check it out. Get this whisk cleaned off here. And I already did pull the bacon dish out of the oven. Let's see, I'll just put that out there. Oh, goodness, don't want to come off there. Put that there. We'll slide that out of the way. Let me grab this. This bad boy is hot, so it's been in a 350-degree oven. All right, the recipe says dump this on first, or pour it, whichever you want to say. So we're going to do that. I'm sure some sweet little lady, not a little bit, a little church lady, I should say. Let's correct that so I don't get yelled at. I'm sure she spent a lot of time making this for her family, and then she decided to share it with the church cookbook. I love those kind of cookbooks. Scrape this bowl just a little bit better. Set that out of the way right there. That boy's hot. Spread this out just a little bit, just to make sure. I'm assuming what they're gonna do, they're gonna kind of trade spots as this bad boy bakes. Just take that, clean that spatula off just a little bit right there. My hands are clean, if anybody's wondering, I always wash my hands. All right, try that hand there off just a little bit. All right. And it says just take the peaches and pour them right over it. So we're just gonna do that. Goodness, this is gonna be a big old casserole, or cobbler, not a casserole. Just gonna smooth that down just a little bit. Looks yummy, smells wonderful. All right, we're gonna stick it in the oven at 350 for 55 minutes. You go ahead and stick this in there. We got that in there. We're going to, I gotta do some dishes. There's a lot of dirty dishes right now. So I'll see y'all back here in about 55 minutes and I should have the dishes done and we'll try us some. Hey y'all, welcome back. We are done. It is out of the oven. I let it cool down just a little bit. Let me grab my pot holder so I don't burn my hands. All right, look at that. It looks yummy. I did just read back in the recipe real quick. It says you could have put caramel in it if you choose to. I think it's got enough good stuff already in it. All that butter and sugar, I don't think it needs any more. And then we are going to just take a small bite because this is for someone else. I don't want to take too much of it. I'm gonna take a small bite. I'm really dying to taste it, to be honest. Put that over there out of the way. All right, just a little bite. I normally don't, when I'm making it for somebody else, I don't normally take a little sample of it, but I think we need to. That little lady, she knew what she was doing. It's good. Oh, that is good. That is really, really good. And I personally do not care for peaches. And I think that is, I would eat this whole pan if I could. And this, so y'all can see, this is the little church book that it come out of. It's from down home in Pigeon Forge. It's from one of the local churches. And if you've ever I bought this from an antique store down home in Pigeon Forge. She's got little notes in here all through it. don't get the stuff coming out. She's got little notes and other recipes she stuck in here. She's got one little note on one of them in here. I'm not gonna show the names, but she says, didn't care for her, but did like the recipe. So, and I looked for a date. I couldn't find a date. I actually have a cousin's name that's in this book. I'm gonna see if they don't know how old it is. I've had this book probably since 2019. I bought this at a local antique store there on Weirs Valley Road in Pigeon Forge. I'm assuming it was a estate sale. I paid 27 bucks for it. And I have used several recipes out of here. This recipe book is fun, let me tell you. All right, y'all, what are y'all making? You gonna make anything good tonight for dinner? What are y'all doing? Well, I'm gonna go deliver this. I've gotta drop off this and some lemonade that I made them. So I will talk to y'all later. Let me know what you're eating, and I'll